Congressman Mike Johnson's election this week to be the new Speaker of the House has really placed a bullseye on him as it relates to targets and attacks coming from the left. And we're going to discuss this more even in our next segment. But one part of the Speaker's life that has drawn, I think, some unexpected scrutiny is his decision to have a covenant marriage with his wife, Kelly. Louisiana, which is the home state of the Johnsons, was the very first state in the nation to offer covenant marriages. In fact, this legislation was authored by our own FRC president, Tony Perkins, while he was a legislator there. And it basically underlines marriage as a lifelong commitment. It places limits on the circumstances under which a couple could get a divorce. And given all the societal problems that we've seen from the deterioration of marriage and family, why would the left target covenant marriage for attacks? Well, joining me now to discuss this and more is Brad Wilcox. He's a sociologist, a visiting scholar at the American Enterprise Institute, and director of the National Marriage Project at the University of Virginia. He's also author of the forthcoming book entitled Get Married: Why Americans Must Defy the Elites, Forge Strong Families, and Save Civilization. Brad, welcome back to Washington Watch. Great to have you.
Jody, it's good to be with you tonight.
Well, listen, let's just begin, Brad. There's probably some who are listening or watching right now who may not be familiar with the term covenant marriage. What is it and how is it unique?
Jody, what happened is that Louisiana, under your FRC president's leadership in part, and then Arkansas and Arizona passed a law in those states that basically makes it a more committed relationship, marriage that is, where couples are kind of looking over a document, affirming their commitment to marital permanence, and in the event of any difficulty or trouble, affirming their willingness to seek counseling, and then only kind of getting permission to, to end their marriage in divorce in certain particular situations, like adultery or a pattern of habitual drunkenness or abuse, for instance, and only after a period of time has passed. So it's a way for these couples to sort of underline their commitment to one another and their commitment to marriage itself as an institution.
All right, you're a sociologist. You deal with all this stuff all the time. I mean, you dive deep into this. Explain to us the benefit, if we can go this route, to couples, the benefit to society, to culture as a whole, when we have strong, long-lasting marriages versus families that fall apart.
Yeah, Jody, in my forthcoming book for HarperCollins, Get Married, I underline all the ways in which strong marriages benefit our country, make our civilization stronger, if you will. So we know, for instance, that communities that have stronger families, more two-parent families, are safer. They've got less crime. We know that the strongest predictor today in America of realizing the American dream, for poor kids, at the community level is the share of two-parent families. So kids who are being raised in communities with more two-parent families are more likely to rise from poverty to affluence as adults. And we know also, too, that things like incarceration, school suspensions, all these things are much lower for kids who've got the benefit of being raised by married parents. So these are just some of the kind of benefits that we see sort of playing out today when it comes to marriage in our contemporary civilization.